The next several knots that I'm going to talk about they're actually all bends. The definition of a bend is a way to attach two ends of the rope together. And so there's a variety of circumstances that you might want to do that. And we'll talk about those individually. So, first knot that we're going to learn, or the first bend, we're calling it the flat overhand. And you're going to take both ropes together, both tails of the ropes together. Take plenty of tail, and we're just going to tie an overhand, treating both tails of the rope as if they were one. And then we're going to tighten it properly. So there's three key things about the flat overhand that you need before you can call it a safe knot. So number one is you need to have plenty of tail, 10 times the diameter of the rope, and because of the propensity for this knot to roll on itself when tied incorrectly, we just go ahead and add security by doubling or maybe even tripling the amount of tail that we have for this specific knot. The second thing is that we want it to be properly dressed. So notice in my flat overhand knot, there are no twists in the rope, and if there were, then I would go ahead and just work them out of the knot until every strand was parallel. The last thing is that it's properly tightened so that it has no propensity to roll on itself. And so what I do is I just hold the center of the knot and I pull 4 strands individually. So that was 1, 2, and then I switch hands, 3, 4, and I might even do that a couple more times until I know that there's no air in that knot whatsoever. You see how that's nice and tight, tidy, with plenty of tail. What I like to use this knot for is for rappelling. And so if I do have a really long rappel that I need 2 ropes for, then I might choose this knot because it's called a flat overhand because it acts as if it's flat. So if it does find any sort of surfaces that it needs to roll over, notice how it just naturally pushes the knot out of the way so that as it's slating, it's almost like it's acting as one piece of material. And that's really nice because we really don't want our knot to get caught on anything while we're pulling it, because that could create some issues. So that's the main benefit of this knot. This knot has also been called the EDK, or the European death knot. And the reason it's called that is because when it's tied incorrectly, it does have a high propensity for failure. So just make sure that you follow those 3 things to make sure that it's tied correctly. That this is the least secure way to attach 2 ropes together, but it is secure enough, which is why we're still teaching it to you. Another use that I use this for is for attaching my cordelette together in a loop if I want to use that as an anchor material. I find it to be a really efficient way to attach 2 ends of the rope together, and it's also really easy to untie after it's been weighted.